The tap number set to the 12 days of Christmas had just hit 6 geese a-laying when Ada, my 4-year-old, asked if we could leave. She'd slunk so far down in her seat that she was practically on the floor, and she slunk further when I whispered that we were staying. Then the pear tree burst into flames again. It was Ada's first time seeing the Christmas spectacular at Radio City Music Hall. And even though I've lived in New York for almost 2 decades, it was my first time, too. I grew up in Los Angeles, a place where people hang twinkly lights in palm trees and Santas run around in board shorts. Holiday shows have never done a lot for me. But here's the thing about children. You want to give them all the good things you had and a lot of the good things you didn't have. Ada can handle a 90-minute show. She has sat through the circus and clapped along to Elephant and Piggy's We Are in a Play. So when she saw the posters and asked if we could go, I said yes. As we'd missed the press dates by about a month, I went online to Today Tix and scored a couple of discounted orchestra seats, $55 each, down from $100, which made me feel pretty savvy. The next morning she put on tights and a velvet dress while I packed a bag with water and granola bars and her sparkly shoes, because unlike me, Ada is a real New Yorker and she knows that we keep our sneakers on until we're out of the subway. Ours is an interfaith household. I was raised Jewish, my husband's higher power is the Minnesota Vikings. On the train, I started to worry about the nativity scene. Ada has a little brother she mostly adores and sometimes resents. Wise men showering a baby boy with gifts? It could be a problem. But she told me that thanks to her chocolate advent calendar, I already know the Jesus part. Fine work, chocolate. After a quick tour of the Rockefeller Center ice skaters and a stop for a banana, we braved the security lines and entered Radio City, which is a marvel and a palace. We jostled alongside cheery-looking families shaking off the cold and posing for pictures with cardboard rockets. Apparently a human rocket was circulating, too, but I missed her. Hustling past the merchandise stands and the cotton candy, I found our seats, halfway back. Projections of snowflakes danced overhead while an organ puffed carols. Ada was thrumming with excitement. I promised myself to give the critical instinct a rest, because it's a treat to enjoy a show without needing to evaluate it. And as Santa tells a sulky teen during a cheeseball book scene, the wonder of Christmas is always closer than you think if you can remember to see it through a child's eyes. Santa, I remembered I tried. But my child's eyes were looking for the exit. The spectacular jumbles the sacred and the secular, the old-fashioned and the newfangled. Its last major overhaul was in 2007, though the drone snowflakes and the psychedelic projections, like the opening design, which bedecked the ceiling in fir boughs and exploding honeycombs, are more recent additions. The music was energetically played and energetically bland.